Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. CJ5's behind me, still being worked on. Still the same stuff that I ended the last video in. Because we are going to work on these body mounts and get them figured out real quick. I don't want to do a whole lot on them. So let's get into it. Alright, well this is my CJ5. Bought it not too long ago, started looking at things as soon as I got it home because I didn't drive it. Had to patch some panels, mainly the frame. The frame was 8 completely in front of both leaf springs and all the way to the backs of the leaf springs. So I've had to patch a lot of that. So this is kind of a restoration. This is a 78 CJ5 with a 304 AMC V8 in the front with a 3-speed manual gearbox and a T20 transfer case. It's on 31s and like a 2.5 to 4 inch lift. I'm not really sure because I don't have any paperwork on the lift and I can't figure it out. But it looks okay. It needs some 33s on it really. But yeah, so this is going to be my little daily driver once I get it up and going, and hopefully get to drive it around, have some fun in it, and not kill myself. So let's get down here. All right, so like I said, we patched the frame. We need to patch the body mount sections. This body is rusted to pieces, and this body is going to get replaced. The floor pan, at least, is going to get replaced soon, as in 6 months, not soon as in a week. So we're going to patch these panels right here. I should have just ordered some, but it's going to make it nifty for right now, and then I'll probably order some new steel body mounts and cut these off, put new ones on, and call it a day. So the driver's side has more rust than the passenger side. The passenger side really doesn't have a problem. There's only one part that I saw had a problem. So what I'm going to end up doing, since this is kind of a rigging job, I've got some metal, and I'm going to basically put a piece of metal on top of the body mount, weld it to it, and then call it a day. I've got new body mounts. I've got a whole pile of parts. We've been working on a whole lot of things. I had to take the gas tank out and do some stuff with it. We cut the exhaust out. There's the gas tank. Had to fix the sending unit, replace some hoses, painted the rusty old skid plate, which will get replaced one day. And here's my pile of parts. So we got shocks, we got stabilizers for the front, we got suspension components, we got all kinds of stuff, gauges, and we're working our way down. I'm not going to have a regular top on here. I'm not going to have windows on here. I'm going to keep it with a little summer top. We're going to take this off to make it easier and not have this up here so I don't end up breaking it, because I don't want to buy another one. So yeah, that's the overview. Now let's get into this body mount situation and cut some of these things out, because they won't come out by hand, and I'm breaking stuff. So I'm gonna get the Sawzall and cut these back too, and yeah, once I get all this done, I can start looking at fixing my exhaust and putting this on some tires again. So down we go. Well, the cutting of that didn't work out, so we're going to try this one now, because that one just broke the panel on top of it. So, more work. These things are so rusted. Look, I went to twist this one off and it just snapped. That's how rusted they are. So that's how small they are as of a bolt. And this one, yeah, it's just spinning. So it broke off on the interior. So I gotta cut that one off too. So this mid one, just like on the other side, just gonna end up having something between the body and it. The front one is completely loose. Front one, so I gotta cut that off. Ones like that, I use the plasma cutter because it's less evasive, and well, it's not really less evasive, I guess. It's just easier to get in there and cut it off with that, because it just uses direct heat and not me trying to grind or cut or knock other things around and rip all the rusted panels apart. So as I said, I'm using my plasma. This is a Yes Welder Cut 55 DS. It's in my Tool Tuesday videos, so go check it out. And you buy one, you do some metal work, you'll be impressed, and you will not, we'll go back to just hand cutting stuff again, as of grinders and stuff. This is amazing, so check it out. Well, got the bolt off up front, cut the other two on the other side. Sorry I didn't show y'all, it's just a plasma cutter. Sparks, fire, plasmas, making a mess, all that. So it's time to clean up, time to open this box and start measuring up what I need for things, and then time to start lifting this body up and making sure that I can do what I need to do. So I might just go ahead and undo these, let it drain out. We'll do that real quick, and then we're going to start lifting the body up and looking at those body mounts. Always soak everything in PB Blaster before you venture off to do anything else. I like using these wrenches. They have a little tooth right here, so whenever you're taking it off, you can readjust and you don't have to pull it back off. So it's an open end ratchet basically. Alright, done. So now I need to get the jack and take a board and push the whole body upward, and then take that 4x4 and start lodging it in between places, starting probably from the back because that'd probably be easiest. So let's use this handy dandy broom and brush off all the stuff on the floor and clean up my mess. Don't make fun of my boots because I got blue all over them. I glued them and then taped them so I could walk around in them and use them. Got tired of my Crocs having holes in them, and decided to burn myself as I welded and cut. So I'm wearing pants today for once. I'm really hot and sweaty, and these boots don't help. So lifting the body up now. So right now I am making a body mount. My table's kind of messy. I'm making a body mount that bolts the body itself down to the frame. I had one of them break off completely, and so to secure it, I've got a piece of 2" by I don't know if it's 3/16 or smaller. But I've got my measurements. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to weld this in with a washer behind it to make sure that the bolt, when it goes in, it's great and holds. So we're going to start doing that. We're going to drill some holes. Alright, got my hole cut or drilled. Now I just got to measure length, cut it with plasma, clean it all up with a grinder, get it in there, throw a coat of weld-through primer on it, and then install it. I think what I'm going to do, since the holes on every single mount are so big, I think I'm going to take some plate and make it to where they sit on the plate like this, instead of having a huge hole where they can slip through. I'll show you. So right here is the hole, and if it sits up under here like this, it can just be pulled straight through. If I put a piece of plate across the top, it'll be in there, but it won't come straight through. So it'll hold it, and it can move and everything else, because the hole for the bolt is going to be just a hair bigger than the bolt, so it'll have play, but it won't be able to come straight through the body mount. So that's what I'm going to do, because this body mount system is kind of like that, and yeah. I ordered this body mount system to replace the stock body mount system, but it doesn't do what the body mount system intentionally does, because it comes with hardware where you have a big enough hole and it squeezes through with that big enough hole, because these centers are steel, and so all these holes that are huge need to be fixed anyway, because they got gaps in them, and with that it creates like that. So if I just put a plate over top of it, it shouldn't cause any issues. It will actually make everything so much easier. So much easier. My tripod's kind of long. Oh, so we're just going to take as much of this stuff as I can get and cut numerous ones. I'm going to count them. I think it's 10 or not. And then I'm just going to start drilling and cutting. So I need to turn the amps down a little bit on this stuff, because it's yeah, I've been cutting 1/4 inch, and this is definitely not 1/4 inch, but it blows straight through it. So I'm going to grind this flat and then clean up the body itself, throw a quick coat of paint on here, and then shove this in that body mount situation and weld it into it. The rest of it's going to end up getting tacked and just squared up. So let me measure them out, turn this amps down, and then I'm just going to start cutting one after another. So the piece you saw me putting up here, I'm putting up on the back side, on the bottom of the body, because of all the rust and extra support. So I've cut it out. I drilled one hole, but it's off. It needs to be further this way to the side. So oopsie daisy. It'll go on the other side or something, or it's just elongated hole. But we've got it prepped and ready. It's already been sanded down. Yeah, there's still a lot of rust up here. I don't really care, because I'm just welding to whatever I can, because all this is going to get replaced in the next 6 months or year or 5 years. If you saw me drilling, I need a drill press. I mean, I got a plasma, I got a welder, I got grinders, I got this, I've got that. I don't have a lift, and I don't have a press or a drill press, and those are 3 things I really would like to have, and that's my goal for next year. We're going to get to throwing these things on now and making sure that they fit and they're in the right spot, because yeah, I need them to be that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the washer that's down there, we're going to set it on top of here, and then we're going to make sure that it goes around perfectly in that spot. And if it can, then it should line up. Fingers crossed. Like I said, there is a little play in this stuff, so since there's a little play, it makes a world of difference. Alright, well, it's not the best welds in the world, but it's on there and it's not coming off. It doesn't hold a whole lot of weight other than just pushing straight down. It doesn't pull a whole lot, so it's good to go. So I just got to paint it and throw body mounts on it. Alright, definitely not perfect, but it's in there. Yeah, I got one more little piece over here to weld on the back side, but all in all, it's tacked on the back side. I'm going to put bed liner on it, undercoat, all on the underside. I'm going to tape it off and just do that. These welds right here, they're just going to be there. I'm not going to do anything with them, because I mean, I have a massive hole right here. All this has to be redone. Big old dent right here. So yeah, this whole thing has to be redone one day. And yeah, we got that body mount done. Now we just got to put the 2 on the back right there. Once we do that, we got one more to weld in, and then fingers crossed, we can go ahead and put the body mounts on, lower the truck down, be done with welding and fabricating for right now. Because yeah, we got other things to do, like brake booster, fuel, etc, 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 etc. So yeah, this is not fun, lifting this thing with steering shaft in, the shifter in, the clutch in. It's kind of sketchy, and I'm hoping I'm not breaking stuff, but you know what, whatever. So I'm going to take the wire brush and just clean this up and hit it with some black up top. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to tape it off right on the line, get bed liner all in between it so I can kind of seal it hopefully, and then right above it I'm going to paint it just a smidge black. Look at that, looks amazing. Don't mind that, that'll come off later. Did those on both sides, and then painted everything. Painted the drum, the frame, all the mounts. Come over here, did the same thing. Mounted that one, and painted it all. So it looks a lot better. Now it's time to set it down onto the frame. Fingers crossed that everything lines up the way it should. Well, done with body mounts. Everything but, like I talked about, was this one because it's just shot, and I'll redo that whenever it comes down to me doing the body. I'm not doing, like I said, a whole lot of off-road or having a whole lot of people in here, so the body shouldn't flex as much, maybe, I don't know, because it is tender and it does have a lot of rust. So we got it mounted with all the extra metal. It doesn't look bad at all. Got all that coated, all that on there, and yeah. So it's sitting here now. It's ready for a brake booster. It's ready for, look at that empty thing. It's ready for steering. The last two things I have to do for fabrication is I got the exhaust right there, but I got to re-weld that back on. The hangers are makeshift and horrible, so I cut them off and got them off, and I've got new hangers in a box over here with my complete restoration kit. So on eBay or on Amazon, bought 6 of these. They're just weld-on little hangers, so little rubber isolators. A lot better than that little whole metal kind of deal that was on there. There's still some in here somewhere, but well, one side's coming off pretty easy. This is just a big Phillips head, and then it's got a little piece in the track behind it that secures itself, so not too bad. I'll probably put the screw back in right after I pull this top off and keep the hardware together. Just put this top up in my loft up there because I will probably use this one day, but right now I have no need because I don't have a top. And it's summer and in the south, and we don't really use tops. We only do tops from this. So it is south. So when you come here, make sure you do what you're supposed to do, and you got your tops. You got to do whatever. Okay. So get the top off. Get there we go. This is a little shorter video, but hey, what do you know? I got the body lift on, or the body supports on. I did the fabrication for it. I painted everything. I took the top off, and that's it. It didn't take me long to do the fabrication for the body mounts as it did the frame. So, yeah. But like I said, I got one more fab project, and then I'm done with fab projects on this for a while. So we're going to call it a day for today, and then we're going to come back and we're going to start working on fixing the fuel, fixing the brakes, fixing the carb, which I guess goes along with fuel. And we'll have a list, and then we'll put it all in my handy dandy project journal right here. So we're going to put all our progress and everything in our handy dandy project journal, which you can find down below in the description. All profits and everything go to helping more content because yeah, I need money. I'm broke. I just spent too much money on this, and with buying a bunch of parts. Bought the truck and then decided to buy a whole bunch of parts to make this happen. So for your entertainment and my bleeding hands and burnt hands, yeah, invest. But yeah, get back to it.